Mohan and Janko were best friends. They grew up in the same hometown and had a very good friendship. They were the same age. Janko had a cold side or coldness in his personality, but she wasn't cold or so was so touchy with everyone. She got attached with everyone so easily and thought that they were her best friends or well vision, and that was her biggest mistake. She was so sweet but also so loud. He wasn't silent, but didn't do useless jokes like her. She liked to do jokes and make fun of every small thing. They always played together with groups and they were walking towards the groups. Jungkook had a football match with the other team and she was going there just to cheer him up. He always brought her with him. Now they stopped here and he looked at the place. One found new people. He nodded and walked towards them. And hi, she hummed, and so will you play with him today? She asked. Yes, Jonathan said, my team and I. So let's start the match. They nodded and Ryan just sat there. They were playing very well and Jungkook's team won. She was so happy for him. She walked towards them and gave us a treat. Jungkook nodded and the new players were looking at her. He looked at them. Let's go. They smiled and went with her. With them. They were walking towards the restaurant. Ryan was walking with him. And suddenly Jonathan came and started taking with Why Janku noticed it. When I would like to play with you, Jonathan, but you have to come to my team. Okay, I will join. We smiled, and Janku was just hearing their conversation without saying a word. He was feeling now left out because she always talked with him while he was walking alone with the new team. They arrived at the restaurant. Wine was about to sit with Janku, but Jonathan came and sat down with her. She sat with him, and he talked with her. Janku sat with his friend. She was looking so happy, was sitting with new people. She liked to be friends with new people. He was staring at her, but she was so busy talking with him. He got up and walked towards Vine. Let's go. She nodded, but then said, Vine, don't forget what you say. I will not. She turned and let's go. They walked out of there. She was looking so happy, but he was quiet. What was he talking about? He was talking about the football. He wanted me to join his new team tomorrow. But why? I don't know. I have to show him that I also play so well. So just for one day, I will play with his side against me. She stopped and looked at him. You don't like it? I like it, but what if I won and you started crying? She started laughing. He stood there while looking at her, was smiling. Let's see who will win. He nodded and they again started working. She always cried after losing match. That's why he said this. They again came here and he didn't want to come as if so she forced him. Now he was looking at the place with hateful eyes. His mood was not good. One went to the Jonathan team and the match started. The game was going well, but a boy kept coming in front of Shanku. Shanku looked at her. It's his mistake, not mine. He was coming on my way. One walked towards him and they took him into the medical clinic where one was just with him and his team. She looked at him and don't you think that it was harsh? No. I'm not taking his side. They sat down. Then, after half an hour, they came back, but the boy went home. Jonathan came to Ryan and Ryan, I want to talk to you. Can you please come with me? Talk in front of me. Ryan stared at him and he turned his face angrily. She went with him on the other side and Junko was staring at her. She came back and sat down. What was he talking about? He said, you broke his nose and that is very wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. It's his mistake. Why are you so stubborn? Why can't you accept it? I will not. She got a bang and walked out. Where are you going? He got up and last boy got mad at him. The next day he got some flowers to give her because he didn't like when she get mad at him. But when he came, he saw her sitting with Jonathan. His blood boiled. She was talking to him so sweetly. They were walking there by waiting for the other team. He clenched his face and went back. And then within an hour, he tested that he wouldn't come. So that the match started without him. He sat there angrily and again play with me. She nodded and played from his side. They were so happy and he was paddling at home after going home. Now Janko was looking in front of his window and suddenly saw her coming with him. He immediately sat down and stared at them. He got more mad and just lay down. He decided not to talk with her because she was ignoring him. The next morning he came out of his house and she was standing in front of him. Where are you going? Like you carry walked past by him. Janko, what's wrong with you? Have you gone crazy? Now I start looking crazy to you. Now I am gone crazy. No, you are always crazy, not now. But why are you mad at me? I'm not. She walked towards him. Then I'm feeling something is wrong. Nothing is wrong and I will not pray again. So you can go. Why? What happened? She walked behind him. Come with me. You have to go with me. He looked at her. Okay, he smiled and he also smiled. Let's go. So stubborn. He looked at her, not a thing too proud of. He smoked and kicked him. He looked at her and she started running. He went behind her by smiling. They came and met with everyone and she didn't play with Jonathan today. Janko became happy as he thought of Jonathan coming in their friendship. They played very well and she cheered him. He smiled after so many days in front of everyone. They didn't see how he smiled before this. After that, they sat together and Amina talked about going on a trip. After 1 month, Jungkook was staring at them with cold eyes as she was playing with Jonathan while laughing. His heart was burning with jealousy. She got so close to Jonathan and complimented him some items in front of him, not knowing he was dying with jealousy. She stopped and looked at him. He walked out of the anger and she was about to go behind him. But don't go behind, he will come back. Why do you always go behind him? He looks like he doesn't care about you. No, it's not like that. Yes, it is. Don't go, he will come back. She nodded and looked at the road. And that day, he walked out of the angrily. Now Jungkook was sitting beside Ryan and she was cheering for Jonathan and this was going through his heart like an arrow. He hated this when the match over. She went to him and congratulated him. She stopped talking less with Jungkook. He was noticing everything with the heavy heart. She was laughing with Jonathan's teams and he was just staring at her. He got up. Now he was walking towards the house. He started to get jealous over small things because she gave her attention to him. But now she got new friends and it started to look like Jonathan became her. But he was hiding. He didn't want to ask her because he believed that it was not true. 2 months later, Jungkook decided to propose to her because he couldn't hide his feelings anymore. He was holding the flowers and was ready to confess he was nervous, but because she was his best friend, he came in front of her house and she was sitting in the kitchen with her mother. The window was open. He looked at her through it and suddenly mom was sitting with while her mother was cooking. They were talking to each other. Your dad liked Jungkook. One smile for you. She looked up. What for me, really? Yes, he wanted to see you with him in future. Don't you like him? No, he's just my friend. He's heartbroken. Why would I like him? And please don't think that this. And I would like to choose Jonathan. Jonathan is your no friend. She nodded. He's amazing, mom. So you like Jungkook? Is this true? Yeah, of course. But I like him just friends. Nothing else. I will choose Jonathan. His heart broke as he heard from her conversation. He looked at the flowers and threw a chunk of them. It was okay that she liked me as a friend, but she said she would choose Jonathan. So it is true that I was crazy who was going behind her. Now I don't want to be her friend anymore. If she uses him, then we are no one. 1 week later, Janku came to play. After 1 week, he was sitting waiting for his team to come. Man was sitting beside him and asking where he was, but he said he was busy. Now man was cheering for Jonathan. He was giving her odd look, which was missing Janku. Was so much. Something happened. He looked at her and half and no. She nodded and felt like something happened. He was just waiting for his team and his team came and some new girls and boys joined his team a week ago. He started to hang out with them. He got them and meet them. And then again, Jonathan did a go and man cheered for him while shutting. They looked up and some of the girls tried to control their laugh and they started laughing. Why are you behaving like this? Mom, why? And I looked at her and this is so cringy. What's cringy? They all rolled while laughing. He was sitting where his face was blank. Why do you behave like a childish girl? You are not 15 years old. I don't like that. She looked down as she felt so bad. One of the girls got up and started making fun of her while cheering Jonathan. Man looked at Janko and he was looking at Jeff Domi was smiling. Janko, are you with them? Ivan didn't accept this from as he liked her behavior so much in the past, but now what happened? They all were making fun of her while he was just standing here looking and listening to them while smiling. What happened to you? She asked for me. Actually, when I would choose Sumi over you. And then her throat hit and I realized that he heard our conversation. Suddenly, Jonathan came and I heard your conversation. Why are you making fun of her? He asked from them. She's really cringy, accepted. And so, what problem do you have, huh? And suddenly, a boy said something. He grabbed him by his collar and oh, possessive weapon, Janko said. And Ryan and Jonathan looked at him. Jonathan was so shocked to see him like this. Janko, what's wrong with you? Jonathan, let's go. Let him say what he wants to say. Janko nodded. Listen to her like she listens to you and don't do anything without your petition. Jonathan Mano started working while he was sitting there while staring at her. He did it just to go away from her. He broke their friendship and believed that she would not talk to him again. And after this, he wanted this. Everything was over now. He couldn't see and wouldn't get hurt after seeing her with Jonathan. He ended this story and just said it. If she chose him and then accept him from me. He came back and fell asleep. But he didn't care about anyone. He just wanted to peace. And tomorrow was his flight. Last day in Korea. He was happy that now he had no one to think about. He wanted her to do what she wanted. He wouldn't show his face to her again. We backed. The next day, Van was sitting on the couch, and I will not accept his apology. I believe that he will come with the flowers, and I will not forgive him. He never did that before. He fought for me but last time he did so much. Her heart was hurting, and her mom entered and asked her, "You are saying like he is going out of the country, but you don't know. He's already left this country." She looked at her with shock. He left, but why? He didn't tell me. Yeah, and he will not come back soon. He changed so much. He didn't want to be my friend now. I don't remember why he's mad. Mom, I think he had all our conversation that day. Mom hummed. She should ask about me after that. I don't understand why he's mad. Yeah, just why I would choose him. After 5 years, he was sitting in between his friends. They came back from the party. They have said so much. He started to do everything which he used to hate. avoid. Now he was laughing, his friends were also laughing, but while telling their love stories, where once I fell in love with girl who was very pretty. I liked everything about her, but then one day she found someone and I accepted it, but in a harsh way. Then everything changed. I don't know why we go far away from each other. She ended up with me. And I'm kind of happy. She ended up with him. I deserve better. So you ended up hurting her in jealousy. Yeah, I heard that she married him and they are happy now. She must forgot about me and I'm happy for her. She looks hurt. I miss her. No, I'm okay. Yeah, because now you have the beautiful model high on. He smiled. Well, Janko, I heard that you were going back to Korea. Yes, just because of my friends. You don't want to go back there because of it. No, I just don't want to go back. His friends nodded and his mind went back on their old time and they used to hang out. 1 week later, he came back and was going towards his house. He was looking at the rose and the old memories were coming into his mind. He was happy to see his parents. His mind was somewhere, but suddenly Kid came in front of the car and he applied the brake. He saw within and immediately went out of the car to see the kid. A kid was laying on the road. He immediately pulled him towards him and everyone was looking at them. The little kid nose was bleeding. He picked him up and ran towards the car and drove off immediately and took him to the hospital. In the hospital, he was lying beside the kid as he was laying on the bed. He was okay now. Where were your parents? Why did you let you out? Mom was out. I was alone. Why was she out living alone? She worked for me, so she worked for. And then where is your dad? He doesn't live with us. Why? Don't know. I'm dumb asking him this question. He's just a kid. He sat down beside him because he was so cute. Do you want anything to eat? He asked softly. No, Mom forgot me. I saved you. I'm not changed. Yes, I know you want something to eat, so wait for me. I'm going to buy it for you. He went on leaving him there. He bought many things for him and he was shocked after hearing that he knew the address of his house. He would leave him after giving him these things and would talk to his mother. He mistakenly hurt him. He didn't have bad intentions and would help him. He came back and gave him and he became happy and he got them after so many years. Yanko smiled and sat beside him. At night he was standing in front of the house and he was holding Gideon's and they were staring at the house. So you live here. He nodded. Now go. Come with me. I will come. Tomorrow, I promise. He nodded and ran towards the house and Janko turned to leave. The next day, Janko was having breakfast with his parents. They changed the house as he earned so much. So, did you see a girl for yourself? He hummed and he said, yeah. Who is she? His mother asked. I will tell you later. Now I have to go. Where I promised the little kid I wanted to meet him. His parents nodded and why? He said, and after saying that, he walked out. He sat down in the car and drove towards the kid's house. He wanted to meet his mother. He stopped the car and it was raining. He came out of the car and his face after seeing her selling the papers for the restaurant of his office. She was begging people to grab the paper in the rain. His eyes was waiting and he couldn't believe what was he was saying. Suddenly she stopped and held her. She was so worried. He stood in front of her. She looked up and looked at him. She got up and stared at Janku. He was feeling so bad. He looked at her and that was burnt. She was looking so tired. Her son came out of the house and ran towards Janku. He hugged him and Jonathan stopped him. What am I doing here? Janko went out of there and said Jonathan came into her house. Why did he come to meet you? Huh? Why did he come back? He shouted as he flinched. I don't know. He was just asking me how I ended up like this. So you were telling me that you ended up like this because of me. I did all of this to you. Did you say that? He shouted and grabbed her arm harshly. Jonathan, leave me, she said while pushing him. Why now you want me to leave her? Now I'm nobody for you after he comes back. Just get out, I don't want to see your face. He shouted. Her son was looking at them with tears. Why don't you want to see my face? So everything was fake. His hand traveled to her and tell me she pushed him, but he again grabbed her. He grabbed her and you still want to go back to him. Am I right? She tried to free herself. Why don't you accept Dad? Why are you hiding it from me? I know Junjay is his baby.